And last but not least, my darlings, you're probably thinking, Rach, you left it till last? Hey Hans, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Rachel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Fashion, lifestyle, styling is everything you can expect on the channel. If it was the title or the thumbnail, whatever brought you here, I'm hoping you stick around and enjoy the video today. As you guys can see, we're doing an accessories video, and this is something I feel like is long overdue and something you guys asked for. So those of you who are coming back, welcome. And I hope you guys enjoy it. For those of you who've been on the channel already, there's something that may look relatively similar to this that's a little bit new. I've introduced channel memberships to my channel. So if you have been liking content and you literally want to support myself or this channel directly, that is how you can do it. I won't say too much because I feel like that video is self-explanatory, but essentially you're getting exclusive perks in return of supporting me. And I love you guys for it. So let's give a bit of a disclaimer for this video. It's not going to be about buying necessarily what I'm showing you, but if you've ever been looking at someone's outfit, you've been scrolling Pinterest, you're on Instagram, you are in real life, and you see someone's outfit and you're like, ooh, tea. I really think people overlook accessories in the sense of you can have a very simple wardrobe, relatively similar to me. I think I have a simple-ish wardrobe, minimal, not minimal, neutral is the word I was going for, and accessories are really make or break for me. So if you've ever tried to recreate someone's outfit and you're just thinking it's not hitting, nothing is tying together, it's very, very possible that it is due to the accessories or lack thereof. So we're going to get into it. We are talking shoes, bags, belts, sunglasses, jewelry. And the reason I say this is not about purchasing what I have is this is a collection of things that I have purchased over the space of some time. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. We've got a few things to get into, so let's get to it. So where are we about to start? I think we should start with shoes. One, because it's the biggest pile, and two, because I feel like shoes really are the bread and butter of an outfit, and they are the part that, in my opinion, people overlook. Now, if you're anything like me, you really will come to realize the shoes that work for your wardrobe. I say on my channel time and time again, you need to have a wardrobe that's conducive to your lifestyle. Not the lifestyle you want, babes, the lifestyle you are currently living. You can upgrade your wardrobe as you upgrade your life. But with that said, you're not gonna see a lot of heels because I am thinking of doing maybe a second part to this video that's more tailored to going out and maybe like evening dates, brunches. Everything I'm gonna show you now is very much day to day. You can dress it up and wear it in those occasions or for those occasions, but I ain't got no heels for you in this video. We've got a lot more, so let's get into it. If I'm thinking about my day to day, it's a lot of movement. I have different jobs, different roles that I play, and a lot of times I need a level of comfort that maybe a certain heel height just isn't gonna give me. Now, with that being said, I alternate between my Mary Janes, if you know, you know, and trainers. And the reason why I say footwear is something to really consider and things that I feel like people overlook is the wrong color, the wrong shape, the wrong height, just the wrong silhouette can really take your outfit from being here to here. Now, I'm gonna start with a pair that I adore, and it's from Adidas. I've been loving Adidas, kind of like everyone else, more so recently within the last 2 to 3 years. This is a brand where it's pretty much a household name. We know them, but they recently released different colorways of different pairs of shoes. And I have to say, my personal opinion is I find that the SL72s are the most comfortable. Sambas are not my friend. Spezials I adore, but SL72s, the OGs, I just feel like they have a bit of cushion that makes them that much more comfortable. Now, if we're thinking of comfort, confidence and comfort for me are synonymous. If I'm gonna be looking good and feeling like I look good, I need to be comfortable in what I'm wearing, and no, that doesn't always have to be trainers, but I just need to feel good in what I'm wearing. So the first pair I have are these. So I will be showing you guys examples because some of these you may still be able to shop. So these are this really gorgeous maroon sort of burgundy, yellow and brown colorway. All colors that have been trending this season, last season, the season before that. I really, really love the yellow touch, which kind of gives it something a little bit different from having white laces, and the suede with this sort of, it's not Velcro, not velour, I can't remember the texture, but The combination of textures, the combination of colors, it just really, really gives. And so when I have an outfit that's a bit more earthy toned, this just really helps give it a pop of style and color that maybe the outfit doesn't have. So if I'm wearing wide leg trousers, not jeans, trousers, which are a bit more, you know, formal, quote unquote, these kind of just help dress it down. So I still look really well put together, but I'm comfortable and it just has that element of effortlessness. Another pair of 72s that I picked up not too long ago. You guys will probably remember the drop because everybody went crazy. Were these ones. These babies right here. I showed these on my channel not too long ago at all. And as you can see, cow print, it's in this almost like really dark brown black pattern, and then you've got the really dark brown laces as well, and a nice cute sliver of pink, which is just really cute and intentional. It just gives the shoes a little bit different. Now, not talking about this specific pair too tough, but something else to mention is again the texture. Texture is going to make such a difference to your outfit, and I'm going to show you another pair that kind of speaks to these as well. And that point, these. Another pair that I showed you guys not too long ago. So you can see, first and foremost, if you've been on my channel, you know how I feel about cow print. Everyone has an animal print, that's theirs. That's my opinion. Mine is cow print. Love leopard print, love zebra or snake, all of the above. But for me, cow print really does the talking. Now, I would say the caveat to a lot of my shoes is they are low-key ugly shoes. And you know, we get that like ugly, if you know, you know. A pair of shoes like this is not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but if we are thinking about accessorizing your outfits, accessorizing your wardrobe and just adding really interesting pieces, then you're gonna have things like this. Now, as I mentioned, even if you're going for ugly shoes, it will look different for different people. I have personally seen some shoes where I'm like, I would never. And similarly, my sister has looked at some of my shoes and she's like, I would never. So it really is personal preference. Love these shoes. Very, very masculine. The square toe really leans into that a little bit more. Something I like to do with my accessories, especially shoes, is try and add that element of androgyny a little bit. I don't often dress very, very overtly girly, but something like this for me just, again, gives that energy of, oh, you were intentional about this. Comfortable, it's not doing too much, but they're definitely a loud pair of shoes if you consider the silhouette as well as the print. And I think that's similar for any of the animal print shoes that I have. Conversely, another pair. If you see these, some of my colleagues saw these and they were absolutely in hysterics. And I was like, okay, but the girls that get it, okay. These shoes I showed in my most recent H&M haul. Again, will be love and hate for some people, but I alluded to this idea of people having shoes that work for them. Mary Janes are those pair of shoes for me, or they're one of the pairs of shoes for me. Love Mary Janes for their simplicity, the comfort. Usually it's flat, but a little bit of cushion that makes it so comfortable to wear for hours on end. As I mentioned, lifestyle and factoring that in. And like, I just feel like they're a talking point. You know, if you were to see someone wearing these or the other square one, for example, even if you don't like them, they add to your outfit. Shoes, whether it's going to be through print or texture or color, are a really good way to show intentionality and show that you know what you're doing. And I dare say, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you feel, you do need a variation. These pairs of shoes are not going to work with everything. Neither are the loafers, neither are the trainers. So if you are someone that leans more into a more minimalist style, then I would say maybe steer away from picking colors and just pick different, stay away from picking patterns and maybe pick colors that you know will work for the majority of your outfits and wardrobe, and silhouettes and shapes that will work for your wardrobe. For me, shoes, because of how I accessorize my outfits, they need to be a little bit interesting. But let's show you some more examples. So I mentioned Mary Janes. These could be another pair that, again, if you're more of a more minimalist individual, you want something a bit more pared back, this could be a really, really good option. Again, I showed this in my most recent H&M haul. I have been wearing these down. And it's a really bad habit, but I'm already like, do I just get another pair? Because they are really inexpensive as well and very comfortable. As you can see, they are pretty much an Alaya dupe, so you have that crossing detail there. Love that it's got gold hardware, really comfortable, a very, very, very minimal height heel, so essentially it's just not completely flat. But in a nutshell, this for me is a shape that I know works for me, but it's something different, something a bit more appropriate for the summertime perhaps, so that if you don't want to show your toes, but you want your feet to breathe a little bit, this could be a good way to do that. And this is what I mean about having to have some variation. And for my more classic girlies who really want to keep it simple, something very, very versatile, I love these leather Mary Janes from ASOS. So they're a really, really soft leather. They are genuine leather. They're very soft, very supple as well. Similar to the H&M ones, they have a very slight heel height. And these for me differ slightly in a sense of they have a bit of a square toe. So from some other Mary Janes that you will see, that gives a little bit of something different. Again, I mentioned androgyny, or just having something that touches on a little bit of masculine energy. The square toe for me does that. Love these down. This is my second pair because I was like, yeah, we're gonna have to hold on to her. And I have them in cream as well for when I wanna wear basically lighter colorways or lighter outfits. So that is another pair. If we're thinking about accessorizing and we're thinking about texture of shoes, these are probably some of the most overt pairs of shoes that I have. And they are these gorgeous fluffy mules from H&M. They really give Cookie Monster with a dash of goth. And as you can see, they are feathered, really, really cute, very flat. They're basically slippers, like they're mules, backless mules, right? And these have a point which you can't really see here, but it does make a difference when you're wearing them. So again, if we're thinking long trousers or something that you just have these peeking out a little bit, that could be a whole vibe. That's how I styled it. But obviously it just gives you leeway to be able to play around with your outfit. This, again, like I said, is giving energy. It's a talking point. It's something that draws the eye from the top where they're looking at your face to the bottom as well, because that's something else you want to do with your accessories, she says. You want to draw the eye all across, right? And typically you want to be able to go from top to bottom. And this is going to do that. Even though it's black, right? It's saying something. So yeah, really, really enjoying these. And I love the fact that they're fur as well, because they're mules. So you're not really going to wear these in winter, but the fur gives, oh, this is not the season to wear it, but I'm going to do it anyway. Do you get it? Yeah. I have to give a very, very quick honorable mention to this pair that I picked up from Zara ages ago now. These trainers, again, love the cow print. But again, as I mentioned with regards to having variation, this, as you can see, is a slightly lighter brown. So it still works really well with my lighter outfits when I'm wearing my creams, beiges, blues, and things like that. So I had to mention these because love you bad. Second to last pair of shoes that I wanted to show you that I've absolutely been loving, and I'm really realizing how many of my shoes are from H&M. H&M, when you're ready to invite me to your studio space, your showroom, I will be there. Thank you. So these boots are made for walking. Shout out to me for not making it to the Cowboy Carter concert. And I say shout out to me because I really wanted to behave myself and not spend the money. But I just thought this could have been perfect to wear there. They're very understated. They are, of course, leaning into the Western cowboy theme. Love these because they don't have any overt stitching. You can see the detail, but everything is very, very understated, very, very demure, even down to the finish. You can see it has a slight shine, but nothing crazy. Same with the heel. I love that sort of slant detail, as you can see there. And it's got a crazy point. One thing I love about shoes or brands and just different designers, I love when they go all out. That point was necessary. That point was necessary. And for that reason, I also sized up and got a size 5 instead of a UK size 4. But yeah, point is pointed shoes. We're talking silhouette again. This is a really easy way to make it look like you're wearing a different kind of shoe to what it actually is, especially when you can only see the point. To that point as well, I love the fact that you have this sort of detail here with the rubber sole and then the leather point, which is a nod to the Western theme without going all out. The length is fantastic. I typically wear this just with like longer jeans and trousers. And of course, if you wanted something a bit more elongated for when you're wearing your shorts and jorts and such, then I would say wear a longer one, because wearing this with something of that length will cut off your leg, which you don't want to do. So yeah, I'm mentioning another pair of shoes or something that I think could work well in a wardrobe, a boot that is versatile. Me and boots go together real bad. And then I actually wanted to show you something very quickly, which is a new purchase. Actually, I said no heels, but I was like, I might as well just show the girlies. Because if you are someone like me, who I feel like my days of anything over 4 inches are very much done. But I picked these up, which are again gonna be a bit Marmite, because that is a very tiny heel. This gorgeous, let me just take this out. This gorgeous butter yellow sandal, again from H&M. You have this tassel detailing, you have the strap. It's a beautiful shoe that would look gorgeous with a dress, trousers, jeans. Like, it's such a vibe. And I saw this on the website and I thought, Rachel, really? And I was like, no, it's really giving. Genuine leather, just, I can't wait to wear these on holiday. I cannot wait to wear these on holiday. But we're talking accessorizing. Shoes that are interesting. You have the tassel detailing there, which obviously adds something different to if it was just a strappy shoe. You've got the braided detail as well. I think when it comes to accessorizing, you'll probably hear me say this word again and again, so let's just touch on it. Detail. It is essentially detailing your item, your outfit, or adding details to your outfit. But in that same breath, picking accessories that have interesting details themselves just kind of layers the overall effect that you get from it. So yeah, I picked these up true to size. They do run a little bit big, I would say, and just gorgeous. Something else that I feel like just makes or breaks outfits, bags. And I actually want to start with my work bag, which is very, very heavy right now. But I picked up this East-West bag from ASOS. It's from the brand Pask. And I just think it's gorgeous. Also love the fact that the branding is so minimal. It's literally just, is it debossed? Because embossed is up. Anyway, it's in the back. And this color is so perfect for the spring summer season. It's a great size. Like, I can fit a container of lunch in here and everything and anything else. Now, granted, you can see the effects of that in the material, but I love how elongated this bag is. And if we think about the fact that I use this as my work bag, again, it just gives a little bit of different energy. You do not need to have a giant tote bag as your work bag, unless of course you need to maybe carry a laptop, which on some occasions I do need to. But for the days I don't, I will carry her because she gives different energy. Now, something else to mention if we're talking accessories, accessorizing your accessories. So bag charms, who has been living under a rock? This whole Labubu trend. Well, if anyone wants to send me one, I'll still take it. But bag charms have obviously been very in, and it's just another way to add personality to something that is already an accessory. So I would say that bag, the color, the shape, the silhouette, just gives something a little different. And in that same breath, actually, of something that gives something a little different, I mentioned with the shoes, fabrics that aren't really appropriate for the season and wearing them. And this bag is one of those things for me. Sometimes I feel like you see someone's outfit and you're just like, that's different. And to be fair, this isn't breaking any molds. Like, it's not that crazy, but I really have been enjoying wearing this bag, this faux fur bag from COS. I've been enjoying wearing it in the summer season, where it's kind of like, fur should not be a thing, but I'm gonna make it a thing. And it's nice because obviously it's an accessory, it's not drawing heat or doing anything to my body in that sense, but it just adds a little bit of a fun touch to my outfits. Similar to the shoes as well, the fact that they're black really, or it's black, really does help keep it a bit more toned down, but it still has a bit of a statement. All black, you've got the leather detailing, it's a nice open big space. It's just fun. That's why I like this. And again, I think that's part of what I'm encouraging you guys to do. Have fun with your accessories. Some of these I might still be able to link. So check the description box. Now, in that same breath, I would be a bit of a hypocrite because you guys know I always talk about functionality when it comes to my wardrobe and my clothes. And that is something I still like to bring into my accessories for the most part. And that makes me mention a bag like this. This is a very cute, it kind of has that dumpling bag style. It's a very cute bag for when I'm out and about, maybe I'm going shopping or, you know, grabbing a coffee with someone or whatever it may be. Because the chain detail gives, it's a bit more dressed up, but this brassiness and then the fact that it's black, it just speaks to making it a bit more day-to-day appropriate. Although it is a cute bag, even for like a brunch or whatever. Love the dumpling effect. I love the shape, and equally functionality. The way it sits under your arm is chef's kiss. Because of the silhouette of it, you have so much space. You can fit so much in here. Like all these little corners are all functional space. But I think having pieces like this, kind of similar to this one, pieces that you can wear day to day, that means you're not trying to fit everything into your pockets. I mean, you know, the Huns know we very rarely have pockets anyway, but you're not trying to fit everything into your pocket, but you have something that's sleek, minimal, it works, it's functional, but it still looks cute. This is a bag that I feel like is so synonymous with Zara. If you know, you know. They come up with a mini city bag like this every single year. And so I have it in this smooth faux leather finish. Really, really helpful. Like when I'm going to go get my lashes done, this is my bag. When I'm just nipping around the corner, this is my bag. And yes, the sleek leather finish kind of makes it a bit more dressy. But if you're wearing it with like, I don't know, a hoodie and jeans, it just works. But it just helps everything look really well put together. So Zara is definitely your girl when it comes to bags like this. Another bag that I have been loving, and I held on to this for a little bit, and I didn't actually use it, but this clutch bag is like the perfect addition to a going out outfit because it's a clutch, which is a relatively large one, so it's functional in that sense. But there's something about the colorway of the snake print, which is the reason I picked it up anyway. It's very cool tone, very neutral, and it ultimately just helps to bring a different vibe to the outfit. I went to a concert recently and put the whole outfit together, and I thought it was just like the bag I thought was gonna work was like, pick this up, and it just went perfectly with it. So any neutral outfit, whether casual or dressy, this would go with it. And it is just a functional clutch bag like this. Now, Melissa's Wardrobe said it on her Instagram time ago, and all the girlies flocked to getting clutch bags and just different bags that would suit, you know, evening times and more sort of dressier occasions. And whilst this may not fit the bill completely, as I mentioned, I probably will do another video, who knows, for like evening stuff. But in that same breath, this is a good bag, bringing texture that maybe you wouldn't wear on your body and bringing it into your accessories is such a cheat code. So something like this I think is really, really good. Picked it up from H&M about 2 or 3 seasons ago, but again, I think this is something they bring back a version of. And snake print is on the rise. I'm gonna mention these 2 bags together actually, because the point is having bags that offer a different color or maybe something textural, something different again, which I think at this point you get the vibe. So I wanted to show these quickly. These are both from Zara actually. Picked this up some time ago. It's a very, very, in my opinion, small clutch bag, but not a clutch bag, a small sort of going out bag, but it works. Love the brown, and I feel like the fact that it's with silver is a little bit different for brown. I think typically it's paired with gold in my opinion. And then this bag that I mentioned in my recent Zara haul is just another one of those bags, like if you're going out for, you know, coffee, out and about, shopping, it fits well on your shoulder, kind of sits nicely under your arm. And it's a really nice color. Definitely a bit darker for the autumn, for the summer season. But again, I'll just show you the fur bag so you can kind of do what you want. Moving into what I think has elevated my outfits and my wardrobe, sunglasses. I don't know why I always just saw sunglasses as like a vacation item. You know, if I'm not on vacation, why am I really wearing sunglasses? And obviously here in the UK, sun, what's that? So it just wasn't really part of my style vocabulary to have sunglasses. Lo and behold, as Jess would say, behold and lo, I started purchasing sunglasses and I really have not turned back. Now, I will say for me, the caveat to my sunglasses are I don't really do designer sunglasses, or I haven't done it yet. Again, if you want to send me some, I'll take it. But just being able to play around with it has been really, really fun. So I'm going to show you guys a few. Okay, shout out to the brands that give you cases. These are from FAQS and the sunglasses in them are not necessarily FAQS, but I'm going to show you a few bits and bobs. Now for me with sunglasses, and shout out to you, Hans, because I feel like this is something that whatever you guys have been watching on YouTube is showing up for me as well. And I've been seeing so many people play around with different styles and silhouettes. Now, I feel like I'm quite fortunate in the sense of most sunglasses, most silhouettes suit my face. And so that just gives me more to play around with. So again, with everything I've said, obviously pick what works for you. And that would include sunglasses. Like, what is your go-to style? Are you a cat eye babe? Are you more of an oval? Do you like something sleek, oversized? That sort of thing. Actually, I just said that, I'm like, oversized, super oversized sunglasses, I don't think suit me. But anyway, I have got such a variation, and I think as I'm talking through this, I'll probably just do like a montage of the ones that I have. But honestly, I just feel like they give different vibes. And again, different hairstyles will suit different sunglasses. Like right now, I probably wouldn't wear something as sleek as these with my hair completely tied back, but we move. And I have been loving aviators, and which is so crazy to me. Ooh. I feel like that's so crazy to me because for no particular reason, I feel like that's a particular silhouette that I used to shy away from. But sunglasses, I just feel like, especially the ones where the lenses are a bit more or a bit less opaque, just give a different energy. It really gives, again, intentionality. And I love the fact that you can wear them indoors because they're not as abrasive as like an all black pair of shades. I've really been enjoying ASOS when it comes to the sunglasses. And I feel like the best thing to do is have a variation of frames that are a bit lighter in color and a bit darker in color. And then you can start playing around with different lenses and different silhouettes and whatnot. So even these, you're probably thinking, Racheal, they're quite similar to the other ones. They are, but they're not. So yeah, in that same breath, if we're talking about accessories, make sure your sunglasses and stuff are clean. I feel like it just comes with first impressions and just really adding another layer to looking well put together. Clean your lenses, Hans. Have your, I mean, most, depending on the price point, will come with like little wipes, but you can get ones from like Amazon and stuff like these. These kind of give me the Bottega dupes with the frames, as well as like the gold arms, but you don't have the earring sort of at the back. So this is what, oh, not they're lopsided. Are they lopsided or is it me? Oh, I put it behind my ear wrong. This silhouette that I picked up from ASOS not too long ago. I have been loving ASOS. These lenses are dirty. I have been loving ASOS for their sunglasses, and I just think they come at a really, really good price point as well. So if you want to see if a silhouette is your vibe, if you want to see how often you gravitate towards it, go inexpensive first before you splurge. But I just think if you are getting to the stage where you kind of don't know what else to do with your wardrobe, or you're just not sure how else to elevate your style, sunglasses might just be the way to do that. They are pretty much, I think, one of the last things you can do to tie your outfit together and make sure just everything looks seamless. And if you are blessed to live in a country that permits that, then more life to you. More life to you, because I'm jealous. Okay, we're getting on to the second to last category, which is belts. And I only have a few examples to show you because I feel like this one is a bit more self-explanatory. Well, all of them are, but I wanted to show you these ones that I picked up. I think all bar one of them are from Zara. So the main thing with the ones I'm showing you, as you can see, there are differences with the buckle sizes, the buckle shapes, the hardware color, the belt color. And that's pretty much what I want you guys to consider as well. There are so many different things we could get into, but belts, especially if you're someone like me who wears a lot of wide leg trousers and jeans, and I do a lot of tucking in. Having a belt, not always, because I feel like having a belt actually detracts from the outfit, but when I do want to wear a belt, I don't want a black belt for an outfit that's leaning more into lighter shades. It just really breaks up the outfit in a way that's not good. So having belts of different variations, different textures, different sizes as well, really lets you cinch in your body at different places and different angles. And it also, again, is like one more final piece of the puzzle. Something else to be said, you've probably seen it a lot. Shout out to Beyonce, because I will put the picture if I can. That woman is too fine. Multiple belts, stacking your belts has definitely been something I've been seeing a lot on Pinterest, social media, so on and so forth. And I really, really like the idea. I love the concept. So that's something else you want to do. You know, the more belts you have to play around with, the more you can do things like that. And so different colors, different sizes is always going to help you feel like your outfit is making sense. Yeah. And last but not least, my darlings, you're probably thinking, Rach, you left it till last? Mainly because I feel like if you've been on my channel, you know how I feel about jewelry. You know how I feel about jewelry. I've worked with some companies before. I stay purchasing, and I really, really feel like it's innate for me. It's something that my parents both instilled from when we were younger. I mean, I'm Nigerian, so I don't know. I feel like it's a thing, but my parents specifically have always really been into jewelry. They've always worn jewelry. And so I feel like it's something I grew up with. So it's no shock to me that I enjoy it and I love collecting pieces. Now, with that said, I think there are two things to consider here. It's important to have your daily stack. And for me, I have my go-to stacks, whether I wear silver or gold, because I like wearing both metals separately and together sometimes. So I have my daily stack. And I think this takes out the guesswork for you. Have a daily stack that consists of basically your favorite pair of earrings. You might never take these out, you might take them out, it's up to you. A watch, a bracelet, and maybe a ring. Like keeping it really, really simple. One thing from each category, basically. And I think you can build from there. If you are someone that's not even used to wearing jewelry, I feel like that's a good place to start as well, because just seeing how you feel with having something in contact with your body in that way could be something to consider. But it also, again, like I said, just takes the guesswork out of it. And then you always have something on you that, again, adds to the whole puzzle. Now, if you're a veteran in the game and you've been stacking and you've got your collection, then I think it's really time to get into statement pieces. Pieces that are a bit more fun, that make noise, quite literally and figuratively. Pieces that just show off a different bit of your personality or allow you to draw attention to different parts of your body, depending on what outfit you're wearing. To give you a little bit of a formula, as you can see with what I'm wearing today, it's a halter neck, which keeps sliding, but that's besides the point. And as much as I stack my jewelry, and I'm definitely more maximalist a little bit when it comes to my jewelry, consider the necklines, consider the sleeves you're wearing, consider the colors and just all the different components of your outfit. So right now, because I'm wearing a halter neck, I don't need to do too much in the neck area. Skin is supposed to be showing, you let this area breathe. I've got a really dainty, which for me, this is probably like some of the most dainty ear pieces of necklace that I have. I've got a really dainty necklace that really, I didn't need to wear at all, but habitual. And then I've decided to do most of the talking on my arms because everything is super bare around this area. Now, I'm not gonna get into this, but as I'm saying that, another accessory to consider are tattoos. Obviously a lot more permanent, but that also for me is a consideration I make depending on what I'm wearing, but I digress. Kept it a bit more heavier on the wrist and the rings because all of this area is a bit more bare. And then my earrings are a bit more detailed than normal. So I've got these really gorgeous two-tone drop earrings from H&M. And then I've got my normal stack. For me, I've got multiple piercings. I think I'm on like 15 and counting, but these do not come out. So again, for me, this is something that's just kind of part of my body. That's how I see it. But the irony is when someone sees me for the first time, they're acknowledging probably all of this. And this is something I think people overlook. There are going to be certain elements of your style, your physique, your aesthetic that are so innate to you, so ordinary to you, you're so used to it that you don't realize. And we're talking hair color, tattoos, permanent piercings, permanent jewelry, different things that just make you look like you. And so for an outsider looking in, I think these are things you need to consider. I've had a lot of people, which is so sweet, we give thanks always, who will compliment my piercings. And to me, it's like, I forget they're there. I've had these piercings for years, probably the better part of a decade. I forget they're there, but I do like to change up my stack sometimes. But that's all gonna be part of the aesthetic. Those are gonna be things that people appreciate on you. So pieces that you can remove are something to consider. Consider having a day-to-day stack, and then also think about how you can build that stack as well. I have a whole box of jewelry, and please believe there's more than this. And what I will do is, if you guys want to see a dedicated video of my jewelry, or you want to understand my ins and outs of how I build a stack, or how I would advise to build a stack, then do let me know in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to do that, because there is a lot to go through, and that doesn't even include like my chunkier pieces and stuff. But in a nutshell, jewelry is something to think about. Obviously, think about, does gold suit you more? Are you more of a silver babe, rose gold, yellow gold? Do you prefer pearls? Are you someone that prefers beading? Things like that. There are so many variations that I feel like you don't need to stick to one, of course. Now, my unpopular opinion is, I know a lot of people say if you want to be, you know, a bit more old money, a bit more, you know, modern woman, then stick to really dainty pieces. But for someone like me, who my wardrobe is quite simple and very neutral, having kind of gaudy stacks or like gaudy pieces of jewelry is kind of my way to give my outfit a little bit more flair. So I think that's something to consider as well. Do you want dainty jewelry, or do you want something that's a bit more bold, a bit more in your face, and a bit more of a statement? You can have both, really. So my darlings, that is the end of what was an extensive accessories video. And I say that, but I feel like I could still say more. So yeah, that's that part. But let me know in the comments below, what do you think? What are your favorite ways of accessorizing? And now that I think of it, there are so many other ways and things that I didn't mention. Scarves, hair accessories, ties. It could be your laces that you change. It could be things that you put on your face. So like removable jewelry and stuff like that. Makeup is an accessory in and of itself. Lashes, nails. We might need a part 2, guys. We just might need a part 2. But let me know in the comments below what you thought. What are your favorite ways to accessorize? Do you have any do's or don'ts that you go by? And just let me know what you think. If you've made it to the end of the video, leave an accessory emoji in the comment section. That's probably the simplest one we can do. But yeah, that was really, really fun actually. I know I was talking a lot, but there's a lot to say. Accessories is such a layered topic when it comes to fashion and styling, and personal styling as well, that I do think we're gonna have to do a part 2, guys. And let me know what you think about that below. Thank you, my darlings, if you've made it to the end of the video. Stay tuned for more. And I think what I'm gonna do is create some special content as well for my members that maybe comes around how to style these together. And obviously you guys can let me know what you would want from the membership too, with regards to accessories. Till the next one, my darlings, stay well, stay blessed, good vibes only. Subscribe, like, do all of that good stuff. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.